Greetings, this is Star Illumination with the Gemini type in this series about the North Node transiting through Aries. People were asking me all sorts of things about it, so I felt obliged to go back to old-fashioned YouTube astrology type videos like I did years ago and do a whole series, basically 12 videos. But it's really important that you watch the 13th video, which is the precursor to all of these. So you'll see it there on the channel. It's called Aries North Node. Okay, please watch that either before this one or just after. It would help actually if you watched it before this. Okay, so if you have to click out of here, go back, find that video. Anyway, let's move on. The North Node, like we say in the primer video, it's an 18.5-year cycle to go all the way around, okay? From here to here. So, you know, with the nodal journey, you don't really know what's going on when you're 18.5. When you're 37, you're starting to figure out that, whoa, what's happening with my life here? There are certain things that are not working for me. And I'm starting to get clues about what works, but it's not exactly the easiest journey because I've never really done this before. What am I supposed to do? Sometimes it feels really, really good when I'm on path. But sometimes it's just like, no, I just want to go back to what I know. So right now we're dealing with the Aries journey, and it's a 1.5-year journey through the sign, okay? So the journey is this way because the nodes appear to go backwards relative to the planets, which seem to go this way. So, regarding Gemini types, you're basically bubbly, sociable, very immersed in the day-to-day activities of life. The coming and goings of energy, commerce, trade, communications, friends, what they call short-distance travel. Just I would call it the essentials, like commerce, trade, just doing your basic activities in life. A lot of it is to do with communications and how we relate as friends and so on. So your natural delineation here in the chart, putting you here on the horizon as a Gemini type in the first house. That's the sign, the house of you, your individual sovereign self. So your nodal journey is here. And it's taken 1.5 years to go like this. So whether you care about this or not, this transit is going to happen anyway. Now, if you're a Gemini and you happen to have a lot of placements in the 5th house or the 11th house, then you're really going to notice this. If you've got some, let's say, challenging placements in the 2nd house and the 8th house, you're probably going to notice this as well because it clashes. Okay, you're going to have the squares. All right. So let's just get on with it. To me, I'm sensing this is actually a pretty difficult journey for the Gemini types because the 5th house, think about it, it's all about fun, romance, creativity, excitement, being the star, being the center of attention, having fun, being like almost like royalty, being used to be, let's say, just shiny and bright, and people like reveling in your presence, your energy. Okay? You might have had a lot of very, let's say, sexually satisfying romances. You might have been celebrated as some kind of star, artist, writer, musician, creative type, somebody who has a large presence on the stage, and you start to get used to being basically worshipped. Now, when you add the Libra flavor, you're talking about that in the context of relationships. It's almost to the point where your sense of being awesome, being a star, being a hero, being adored is in the context of relationships. And so your default setting would be naturally to immerse yourself in all the delicious stuff that you already know has worked so well for you. But in this lifetime, you start to realize it's already over the top. You've been there, you've done that, And so as you continue to indulge in the first cycle, and also a good chunk of the second cycle, you start to realize that these relationships are just not working. Like you're getting dumped by someone who adored you. You're getting maybe booed off a stage by people who used to worship you. You're no longer, you've been usurped by another person who's got more starlight than you have. And it's just like, what the hell is going on? I'm a freaking hero. That's who I am. I am the center of attention. I've got the profile of a movie star, a pop star, a creative hero. Why is it not working? The world needs people like me. That's what I'm built for, especially in love and relationships. I keep everything going smoothly for everybody I come into contact with. Oh, maybe you're just been sucking up too much light. Maybe just sucking up all the attention and all the glory from significant others to the point where it's too much. And they start saying, enough is enough. Let's say you rise up in the ranks of a social setting to become a leader, and then you become a shiny leader, and then you become almost like a cult leader, and you become obsessed with your own light and power and glory to the point where your followers go, oh God, this person's a freaking creep. I'm out of here. I'm done. And then you are devastated, and it just repeats over and over and over again. So what do? What's the answer? Well, it's just the opposite. The North Node journey over here in Aries is indicating the 11th house, where it's like your purpose is no longer to be a star at the epicenter of humanity. It's for you to be a member of the community without hogging all the light and trying to get everyone to follow you and be a worshiper so that you're on the stage and always getting the spotlights. And instead, dedicating your energy to the benefits of the community, taking all your star power. Just imagine that, taking all your starlight, all your star power, which would have given you, like in earlier chapters of your life, what appeared to be like a completely over-the-top life of privilege and like almost overindulgence. And I don't know, maybe you had the best clothes, the best looks, the best of everything, and now you're being demoted, and it's a very humbling experience to go in this direction here, where you realize after the second cycle, you realize, okay, you're 37 years old and beyond, you're realizing, okay, the only way to deal with this is I have to immerse myself into the community. Like, well, who's going to notice me if I'm in the community? I'm just going to disappear in the crowd. But you have so much to offer. It's almost like you could be a teacher in how others can shine. So you live by example, but you don't do it for your benefit. It's almost like you could be a coach, a leader, a community member who's there for other people who really don't know a lot about their own light, their own awesomeness, their own glory, their own dazzling, wonderful self. And you can help them. That's very, very, very hard to do for someone with fifth house energy. It's very, very hard to climb over that and dedicate yourself in a selfless way to the betterment of the community, which you might interpret as the detriment of yourself. I'm thinking of one very famous person with initials DT who has a sort of a very similar axis where he's learned late in life that all his fabulous life of being a star and all the disasters and romance and scandals and splendor is now just a backdrop, because the real journey is being there for the people. He's there for the people. And it's become so much more satisfying, it's so much rewarding to be a beacon of hope for the people. But he is a person of the people. He is as much of the people as the people themselves. It's a beautiful thing to witness. So how do you do that with the Aries vibe? It means taking charge, being a leader, it's almost like You know, on this channel years ago, I used to talk about the campfire, that very Aquarian 11th house theme of everybody belongs to the community where no one's bigger or more special than the other. And it's more of a round table organization of people rather than a pyramidal top-down power type of organization. And so what you can do is immerse yourself in the crowd, in the group of we the people, and just shine. And your natural essence of shining will come through, and people will gravitate towards you, but not because of your like star qualities, but because of your ability to be a guiding light for them. And eventually that becomes even more satisfying than any of the glory and the worship and starlight that you enjoyed over here for previous lifetimes. So you're growing out of it. Oh, does that make sense to you? Let me just check in here. I hope that makes sense. What we're doing is we're combining the storyline of where the nodal journey is happening for you in terms of the houses. And then we're overlaying it with the keywords and characteristics of the sign itself. Okay? So again, please go and watch the precursor video, Aries North Node. It's all in capitals, just 3 words. Please watch that either now or I hope you've watched it already. Take care, enjoy, please make the best of it. If you need anything special, by the way, you know where to come. You can click the donate button. I really appreciate donations. And there is also, of course, if you want to go deep into it on a personal level, in total private, you can book a reading there as well. All right? So I'm going to sign off now. And I wish you all a wonderful journey on the Aries North Node in your 11th house. Take care, Gemini types. All the best.